Hey everyone, what's up? This is Andy Spiteri from the Cool Story Show podcast, and I'm just here to give you guys a little update slash announcement on the status of our podcast. So as I'm sure you've noticed, we haven't recorded anything or put out any new podcasts in probably about 3 weeks by the time you guys are listening to this, nor have we uploaded any videos lately. Um, and there is a reason for that. It would be easy to blame it on kind of life getting in the way. Um, Aaron started a new job, which required a lot of his attention. Alex and Dave went on a cruise, and then I was out of town for a week with a buddy. So getting together and finding the time to record was increasingly difficult the last couple weeks. Um, but I also feel like you guys have supported us from the start, and I want to be frank with you, at least speaking for me. So we started the podcast as a passion project. It was actually, we were sitting around in Boston Pizza, we were talking about robots or something like that, and I had the idea to say like, oh, this would make a really cool podcast. We could just talk about whatever, right? And so it evolved from four friends sitting around drinking by one shitty mic recording on GarageBand to a very elaborate setup with equipment, lots of mics, lots of hardware, and a loyal listening base. To which that required a lot of promotion and cross promotion with other podcasts and stuff like that. So again, I don't want to speak for the other members of the podcast, but I think a reason why it's on a little bit of a hiatus is because it's a passion project that unfortunately is losing a little bit of its passion with some of us. Don't get me wrong, when you hit record and you start recording a podcast, there's nothing cooler than that. It's just it is a lot of work to maintain, a lot of work on social media, and a lot of work to set up and get the equipment running and stuff like that. Not to mention getting everyone's different hectic schedules together to find the time to record while trying to balance that with having a social life of some sorts. There is a lot more that goes into it other than just sitting down and pressing record. So that is a lot of the reason why I guess I'm here to announce, unfortunately, that the Cool Story Show is going on a hiatus for the indefinite future. Um, you can still catch Dave and Aaron. They have a podcast of their own, Podcast Without Borders, and they are enthusiastic into podcasting and the podcast community, which is great because the podcast community really helped us out and supported us. Unfortunately, that's not where my passion lies. So I got together with Alex and we came to the consensus that while we are passionate about our podcast, we're not passionate about podcasting in general. So we will be stepping away from the show for a little bit. Um, and that being said, there's always an inkling that, when we get together, we can always sit down, we can we can press record and we can start talking about whatever we want, because ultimately this whole podcast came about from a group of friends sitting down talking and talking about stuff that honestly you would listen to on the Cool Story Show. So there's always that chance that you're going to find the four of us or whoever and get to listen to us schmucks talk about nothing. But as of right now, that is where we stand. So again, thank you to everyone that supported our show, from our friends that just tuned in and listened to our ridiculous sexual exploits and up all night, to the other friends that sat around and listened to us imitating Batman and Bane and saying what the fuck's wrong with these guys, and then to the podcast community that retweeted and promoted and had us on their shows and sent us care packages. That stuff's all really cool, and it was appreciated, and it was awesome. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that good things do come to an end, and you'd rather go out wanting more than having stayed a day late. So thank you to everyone again for your support for the project, and who knows, never say never. Anyways, thank you very much for listening, and rock out with your cack out.